And on that point, from this book, I think for me, one of the major bits was the labeling technique.
Which book?
From the Never Split the Difference book of Chris Voss. One of the main things is the labeling technique. And this brings me back to the story where the guy literally says he has no empathy. And the labeling technique, which, to explain it briefly, is you label what the other person is kind of feeling and what they want. So that will be how he proposes. We use that as the structure is, it seems that, and then you explain what you think the situation is, or what the person is feeling. So in that case, it could be, it seems that you're agitated, or it seems that you're mad if it's a hostage negotiation because of these reasons. So just saying that shows the other person that you actually put yourself in their shoes. It's almost like you care, despite, you know, there being a terrorist or whatever, a criminal. So you don't actually care, but it's that functional empathy that shows them, okay, I can communicate with this person. They listen to me.
Yeah.
And then it's very easy to, it's much more easier for them to listen to your perspective as well. And even there's a case in that book, which is very interesting, is they were negotiating with a terrorist. I can't remember which country they were in, but they were negotiating with them. And the guy was talking with that terrorist for maybe 2 or 3 months. And he was using this technique. And after the case, a few, I don't know if it was months or years later, the guy's calling him as if he was his friend, like just to speak. So the terrorist got away, obviously, but he was talking with the guy from FBI about this. I don't think it was Chris Voss. It might have been like the local police, but it's still like, it's an incredible example of how you can build a relationship even if the differences between the two sides are that extreme.
Yeah, and to go back to the first story, in order to be able to do this, you have to have like your attention flowing around the room to be like catching what everybody might be feeling or doing, so that you can label it. Because if you see what was the chief of staff or the person who was working for 30 years, like the HR.
Oh yeah, the person that was So for example, he didn't pay attention to her. Yeah,
but like if he was, following not only the CEO but also her, probably in her eyes or her like face impression, it would be visible that something is, annoying her, like that he doesn't care about the bank, and he would be able to label it. He would be like, it seems that you're not agreeing with some of my points, and then she would give him the details. He would have been able to tackle it and probably win the case. And that's like something else which I thought of when you mentioned the labeling, and the fact that it's a strategy that you're quite indirect with. You don't say you are mad or you're annoyed or you are sad. You say it seems that you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which if you do it directly, you say, oh, it seems like you are mad. Like, I know that you are.
Yeah.
Then there's gonna be the defense from the other person who's like, I'm not. What are you talking about? But when you do it indirectly, it seems that I'm not saying that you are.
Yeah.
But it seems that. So let me know if you are. If not, okay. I didn't say that you are annoyed or anything.
That's how it seemed to me. It's almost like the passive statement makes it like someone is looking from the outside, and that's how it seems. So maybe what you're basically saying is, even if that's not the case, please elaborate even more. And that's what Chris Voss is saying. You can mislabel stuff intentionally. I don't know if he says that it's intentional, but you can mislabel stuff
to get the right information.
Because they will correct themselves. Because you're saying it seems that you're agitated, but maybe the person is just more emotional. So he'll be like, no, that's not the case. It's this thing. So in terms of negotiating, you're trying to get more information. So if you mislabel something, that makes it even better.
And this is from Tim Ferriss that like this strategy also works in personal relationships. If you are having like everything is negotiation, as Chris Voss is saying, you're negotiating every single day.
Yeah.
When you go to Starbucks,
when you're crossing the street. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is that you could be applying this strategy if you're having an argument with your girlfriend or with your parents, so that you understand what the other person is saying as well, feeling. And it's not only about negotiations. What I wanted to mention here. It's
almost like that game. I don't know if you remember. I think we've discussed it once, where you repeat what the other person is trying to say before you state your point. I think that's a technique by Jordan Peterson, to be honest. Now thinking about it, he's just like, he was explaining one thing that couples can do is try to repeat what the other person has said with their own words, and then
with their own words.
With their own words, yeah. So if you've described it wrong, what you understood, then the other person is gonna correct you, and then you would realize that it's not actually what they're saying. So that's a way for couples to, I think they're using it in couple therapy. That's a way for couples to understand each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because very often in your head, you're translating it in a different way, or trying to win points because of ego or something. While if you do that, then you have like the correct statement. You cannot go around it. Like,
yeah, that's a very strong point.
Yeah. So labeling is for me is the same, because you're repeating basically what they say. You're presenting what they are saying or what they're feeling or what the situation is in your own words, so they can correct you in that way. And you pretty much signal that you are listening and have empathy.
You're testing the ground as well. Like, if you're correct, and if not, it's good because you're going to get the right information, but not in an aggressive way, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.